Hi, this is John Klesnick, and this video is brought to you from Bonnet Pro. Especially if you're new, powders can be an excellent uh, pre-spray. They're powerful, they're economical. You don't have to worry about them freezing when they're shipped in the wintertime. But sometimes you can have a little problem mixing them. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. I'm going to give you some tips and some pointers to help you mix your powders easier so you don't get frustrated with a powder pyramid on the bottom of your jug or your solution tank. And I even have a powder for hot water extraction pre-spray that doesn't need hot water to mix, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So we're going to take the more that you're mixing up, the more hot water, the greater volume of hot water that you want. So I'm going to take some radical rinse, and I'm going to take some red lava, and we're only going to put about a quart in here, and not a gallon. So I'm not going to use the whole scoop, but this was enough to do a half gallon each. The radical rinse is over 50% oxy, so that's a little harder to mix than the red lava is. So this water's been preheated in this induction um, heater to about 130 degrees. And I'm going to pour that over the powder just to help mix it and circulate it. Now this water temperature is going to drop when it hits the cooler water, when it hits the powder, when it goes through the air, but it'll retain most of that heat. So what we want to do is we want to mix it in to our pre-mixed bowl. We'll stir that up a little bit. I'm going to go in two directions. And we'll let that sit for 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the heat. The lower the heat, you want to let it sit a little bit more. The higher the heat, it'll dissolve quicker. You can see here the reaction that the liquid lava is having, and it's just between the solvents and the oxy, there's just all kinds of energy being released there. This is all bubbles because there's extra oxy in the radical rinse. This is an encapsulating rinse, so you can use this for your hot water extraction rinse. You can use it as your end cap cleaner, and you can use it as a booster. But this will mix quicker in the hot water, and I'll show you what the blue lava does and why in a second. So we're going to come back in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll show you what's going on. But you can even see the oxy releasing in the radical rinse. Now, what you don't want to do, and I'm going to show you that, is you don't want to mix superheated hot water extraction truck mount water with either of these products, especially the radical rinse because it's going in the solution tank uh, to be a rinse. Too much heat, and we're talking 180, 200, 220, that will take that safety coating off the oxy very rapidly. It'll release the oxygen very rapidly, and you'll get bubbles in your metering device on your truck mount. So we want to mix this with cooler hot water, meaning 120, 130 like we're doing now. We don't want to go 150, 200, 220 because that will cause you a problem. In your pre-spray line, it's not an issue. The heat's fine, but for using this product as a rinse in a truck mount, you want to mix it with cooler temperatures. The reason you need to mix it with hot water is any quality legal powdered oxy has a safety coating on it. That safety coating keeps the product fresh while it's in formula with the other ingredients in the jar. That safety coating needs to come off so the oxy can be activated. So what we're doing with the hot water and the agitation is we are dissolving off that safety coating like a capsule you would swallow so your body can absorb it. We're dissolving off that safety coating so we can get the oxy active into the product. So if we come back in here, it looks like the lava is already completely mixed. There's nothing left. You can see this bubbling up from the bottom. So I'm gonna mix that again. I'm gonna stir that again. We might not even need to come back because this one's completely done already. So that's mixed up in that hot water very rapidly, very easily. The radical rinse with the extra oxy will take a little bit longer. So let's come back in a minute, 2 minutes, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so we're back. It's been 4 or 5 minutes now, tops. We used 130-degree water, and if you come to the lava, we can see that there's nothing left on the bottom. There's no powder on the bottom, and that's all mixed in. You can see that from the top. And the radical rinse is the same way. There might be a grain or two, but that's essentially mixed in. So we're going to mix this with super hot water to show what the problem is if we use it with a truck mount. And then we're going to show you the blue lava to show you how easy that is to mix in with cooler temperatures. So I made blue lava without oxy just for this problem. So this will mix in very, very easily. You don't need the hot water. This water temperature is 88 degrees. Well, it went up to 90 degrees. So let's put in the blue lava. And one thing that's important is depending on how much you're mixing in, you need enough water to receive the chemical going into solution. So if I put 4 ounces into a quart of water, it's not going to mix in really good. So as my amount of powder increases, the volume of water that I want to mix it inside the hot water, or in this case the cool water, has to increase for that to mix in properly. So we heated this one up with the induction heater. This is going to be approximately, that's reading 184 degrees. It's boiling on the bottom. It's not boiling on the top yet. So this is very hot. And this is what we don't want to do if we use radical rinse as a rinse in the truck mount. Is we don't want to put the superheated water in there because it just releases the oxygen too much, too quickly. And that can cause bubbles in your metering device on your truck mount machine. So if you come in here, you can hear, it's almost like Rice Krispies. You can hear the oxygen releasing. And you see how rapidly and violently that's having a reaction. So that heat is just too much. Now that'll mix in almost immediately at that heat. But that will cause bubbles in your metering device. The cool level, the cool water with the blue lava, that will mix in very nicely, very quickly. And yeah, that's already completely mixed in, but it's releasing too quickly. So a couple of tips: mix your powder at the right temperature, mix it with the right correct volume of water so it will go into solution, and pick the right product for your job. So we have an encapsulating rinse, that's a powder, which is radical rinse, probably the only one on the market. We have red lava powder pre-spray, and we have with oxy, and we have blue lava powder pre-spray without oxy. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.